Hello everyone, how's it going? I'm WoWcrendor and welcome back to me talking about World of Warcraft. I've been doing that a lot recently, but for good reason. There's a lot of stuff to be excited about. I'm also making a new Pointless Top 10 that should be out in the next couple of days, so be pumped for that. I haven't made one in a while, so it feels good to be working on one again. And today, I wanted to just talk about Battle for Azeroth, because I've been talking so much about Classic WoW that I've almost skimmed over Battle of Azeroth entirely. And I want to just make a video where I really talk about what's happening in Battle of Azeroth and what I'm excited for, what I'm not so excited for, all that type of stuff. I'm sure you've heard a lot of people talk about it. I'm sure other YouTube people, Twitch people, whoever you watch have talked about it, but I wanted to give my opinion because that's what this website is pretty much for, is just people giving opinions or creating cool stuff, but I'm working on that right now. Not cool, but I'm creating stuff. Alright, first off, we have allied races. So this is the big thing. A lot of people were like, oh, we're gonna get new races. Well, kind of. We've got allied races. So according to worldofwarcraft.com, allied races are well, it's a little description thing. Explore Azeroth as one of 6 new playable allied races, including 4 you've encountered in your campaign against the Legion. Embark on a quest to earn their favor and unlock each race, adding their strength to your faction. Create a new character and complete the full leveling experience to earn a distinctive heritage armor set. So for this, we have High Mountain Tarn. We have Lightforged Draenei. We have Nightborn. And we have Void Elves. And then there's also the Zandalari Trolls and the Dark Iron Dwarves. I think this is cool. It's one of those things where I'm not like, yes, allied races. I'm so excited. Like, but I'm not disappointed either. I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool, right? It's almost it's a nice in between neutral feeling, or I'm like, all right, this is pretty cool. I'm all right with it. And I feel like most people are like that. I don't know anyone who's just like, yes, finally, I can play a Nightborn. Like, I don't know. I would have much rather had Tuskar as a playable race. Hashtag go Tuskar. So yeah, that's just my opinion. I think it's all right. So yeah, next up, there's the Alliance Kingdom of Kulturas. As a hero of the mighty Alliance, journey to the seafaring kingdom of Kulturas, home of Jaina Proudmoore. So if you've played Warcraft 3, you've actually been to Kulturas, for a little bit at least. But the screenshots they've showed actually look really cool. I think the Kulturas city itself, it almost has that Venice type thing where the river is flowing through the city. I think it looks great. I'm actually really excited to go to Kulturas and walk around the city and just see what it's like. It's a nice chill atmosphere. And then there's Drustvar, which looks very mountainous. There's cannons and stuff around. There's bridges. It looks pretty cool. Stormsong Valley, which kind of reminds me of what's that one place in Legion? Hold on, where is it? Let me open it up. I broke my no UI immersion. Legion, where are you? Broken Isles. Oh my god, I can't even navigate. Stormheim. Reminds me of Stormheim. It almost reminds me of Stormheim mixed with Grizzly Hills a little bit. I think that's pretty cool as well. And then on the Horde side of the Zandalar Empire, there's some cool troll-looking things, which probably has my favorite looking zone, which is Nazmir. It looks just like a dark jungle. It almost has Zangar Marsh vibes to it, even though it's not very blue or rainy. It gives me that vibe because it's kind of shadowed by the trees, kind of like how Zangar Marsh is shadowed by the mushrooms. It's kind of dark and grim, but it still has a glow to it. It has a green glow instead of a blue glow compared to Zangar Marsh. It reminds me of just Zangar Marsh mixed with like a Stranglethorn or Nagrand or something. Or what's that one? Wrath of the Lich King zone. Hold on, I opened my map again. Sholazar Basin, almost like a Sholazar Basin type thing. So I really like that. I think that's going to be one of my favorite zones. I could just sit there and that's where I'd go camping. If I go camping in a zone, it would be at this place, Nazmir. So the zones are looking cool. I'm excited for the zones, but you only spend so much time in the zones, right? You end up just leveling through them and then maybe go back for some world quests or something. Speaking of world quests, it seems that world quests are just gonna kind of be the same as what they were, which is not a bad thing. I enjoyed doing world quests, but after a while doing world quests, you're like, all right, like I've done the same world quests like 3 times in a row. I'm kind of tired of it. But what are you gonna do? But the big thing that's almost like a more improved world quest that I'm excited about is this Plunder the Encharted Isles thing. All right, I'm sure you've read about it. Here's a little blurb they give. Set sail for the previously unmapped Isles of Azeroth. Battle in groups of 3 as you race against cunning rival intruders or enemy players to collect islands' resources. Constantly evolving challenges await as you traverse frozen landscapes near Northrend, open the gates of an abandoned Gilnean castle, and navigate a war between elementals and more. Yo, what up, Lord Magmathar? Just chilling up there. This sounds really cool. I think this is probably the thing I'm most excited for, right? I think this is a new endgame style or endgame thing to do, right? Instead of doing world quests or doing other stuff, you still have to do those a little bit, but you can go plunder islands, and you can fight pirates, you can fight it, and from what I've researched about it, there's actually a PvP PvE island mode. I don't know how it's going to work or what do you do, or like if it's just randomized, or if you're like, I feel like PvP PvE today, where it reminded me of Alterac Valley, old school Alterac Valley, where you're PvPing, but you're doing PvE concepts within that God, stop! Within that PvP. So you would gather resources like the blood and the scraps from killing people in Alterac Valley, or from going into the mines in the back of the zone and killing kobolds, and then turning all these resources in and getting buffs, or summoning these big ass. I know one was like a rock elemental, and then he'd help fight for you and push the Alterac Valley in your favor. I think it might be like that, but I'm not sure. But either way, it sounds pretty cool. It's almost like scenarios on a grander scale. And it's all randomized, where you go to these islands and they're not going to be the same every time. And that sounds really cool to me. I'm just hoping it's not No Man's Sky-esque, where it's like so many crazy randomizations, and you're like, I see what's happening here, No Man's Sky. But it doesn't seem like it's going to be like that, so I think that's the most promising feature that they've announced, and the thing I'm most excited for. Because just PvPing in a PvE mode, getting gear, doing stuff with your friends, going and looting islands, fighting stuff. And they said they've actually improved their AI. They said that this island system is going to have the most advanced AI known to World of Warcraft. And that sounds, again, very cool, but think of how many games where you've heard, like, the AI is so intelligent, and then you're like, all right, it wasn't that intelligent. But I have high hopes. I get my hopes way too high for everything. I'm like, this could be the greatest thing ever. So that's the islands. I'm excited for that. The other thing that they've announced are the war fronts. So this is another new and interesting thing where the little blurb reads, head to the front lines and take part in a large 20-player cooperative war front to claim a strategic location. Build up your faction's forces, lead the charge as your troops lay siege to the objective, and battle the enemy commanders as they make their last stand in this new PvE mode inspired by classic Warcraft RTS battles. So this mode is almost like an RTS game within World of Warcraft. And I was watching stuff and reading about this some more, and it seems like it's 20 players, and you go into this PvE mode. They make it seem like it's a PvP mode, and I think a lot of people are confused with it. I know I was, where it looks like it's going to be a PvE PvP type thing, but it's just PvE. But I guess controlling these types of things gives you bonuses, kind of like Winter Grasp, but it's not PvP. I'm still confused on that. But it apparently works like an RTS, where you have to build barracks, you defeat the opponent's bases with like units you build, you like lay siege to the NPCs, the AI, and it's all randomized. Where one battle you might fight against like these really strong tanks, and the next battle you might fight against really strong swordsmen or something, right? Like every battle is going to be a bit different. It's more of another randomization thing. My question is how this is going to work with 20 people, right? What if you're playing with XX Sephiroth, and he's like, I want to build barracks. And then you're like, no, I want to build a tower or something, right? And then like everybody else has to, like, is there going to be one person dedicated to being like the leader of the group, or is it like working together? I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work. It's one of those things where, again, it sounds great on paper. Having played a lot of League of Legends, you learn very quickly how fast working together as a team can fall apart when just one person is like, I don't want to be a part of this team, and you're like, come on, man, just come on, just all right. So I'm curious as how this is going to work, but again, I'm hoping it's going to be all right. I'm hoping it'll be fun. It's at least something new they're trying. I give them props for that, at least. They're trying something new. Anytime Blizzard's like, hey, we're going to try this new mode, maybe you'll have fun with it, maybe it'll fail completely, but we're going to at least try, right? It could, these things could be the next greatest World of Warcraft innovation they've had, or it could be another Ashran or something. I don't know. Ashran is just pretty bad. So those are the main things, really. And then there's leveling, the leveling scaling leveling with the old zones words. So now when you level up, everything's going to be scaled a bit better, which is great for my WoW leveling series because I'm in Northrend right now. So overall, I think this expansion, I think it's going to be pretty good. I think it's a solid expansion they're working towards. And then the lore behind it. That's the other big thing, is we're not fighting demons anymore, which is great. And we're not going back in time anymore, which is also great. And fighting, Gul'dan from a different dimension. So I'm all for that. And apparently they're trying to focus a little more on developing the characters and focusing more on the stories of the characters themselves, like Thrall and Jaina and Sylvanas and all these people, which I think is a good thing, because some of my favorite World of Warcraft expansions have revolved around characters more so than, like, here's the bad guy. For example, I think Wrath of the Lich King was one of my favorite expansions because of Arthas and Arthas' story and kind of that fallen hero, Darth Vader-esque story of like, he used to be good and now he's bad and he's leading this big army and we got to take him down, right? You knew Arthas, you kind of cared for him in a way, and yet you still were like, we got to kill this guy. But Cataclysm had the opposite effect, where it's like, hey, you guys know Deathwing? Like, no. Like, well, he's bad. And he's a dragon, and you better watch out. And you're like, oh, okay. All right. He destroyed old Azeroth, which, that's probably the best reason for fighting him, is he burned the shit out of old Azeroth and made all these changes. Like, look at this Azshara. This used to be a calm place. Now it's got goblin heads and shit all over. That's all I'm saying, is I think they're doing the right thing by going the character route, because really characters are one of the biggest things with the story, right? If you don't have a character you like, you're not going to care about the story. So I'm hoping that goes well for them as well. But either way, I'm pretty excited for this expansion, but I get excited for every expansion. So I mean, that's just me. So what are you excited about? Are you excited for this expansion as well? Are you not excited? Are you like, man, there's not enough stuff, or I thought there'd be new races or classes or whatever it may be? Leave your comments in the comments section below. Are you more excited for Classic WoW? I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually pretty excited for Classic WoW, but what the shit? Yo, man, you stuck in the ground? You all right? You need me to get you out? Yo, I can get you out, dude. All right, just stay there. Stay there. All right, just. Uh-oh. All right, just leave him there. He'll get out eventually. I'm excited for Classic WoW, but I know Classic WoW is not going to come out for like another 2 years or something, so that's kind of disappointing, but I'm still excited for it. Either way, should be good. I'm pumped. I'm ready. Give me more content, Blizzard. That's all I want. Just keep giving me content, and I'll keep playing it for a few months and then being like, feed me more. So yeah. Okay. See you.